Whoa! Welcome to Master Debaters, everybody, the show where we solve pop culture's problems one outrage at a time. I'm Abe, co-host of the Movies and Stuff show, which can be seen live every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on this channel. And joining me are three other people that are missing the U.S. Olympic trials for swimming to be here tonight. First up, it's the guy that wants you all to be crystal clear. He does not love Marvel movies. It's the softball god himself, Marty.
Good evening, everybody.
Hey, what's up, man? Second up, it's the man that was last seen 2 days ago on the round table for Neon Demon. His sense of humor is legendary, as is his proclamation that hate is a perfectly valid response to things. It's the detective himself, Stefan.
Hello from Vienna.
Hey, what's up, man?
I'm fine, thank you.
All right. And finally, it's the new face on the show. She totally loves comics, exchanging books, and Michael York. It's the one and only Amanda.
I do love Michael York.
All right. As you all know, this is a debate show. I'm going to throw out three topics. I'm going to give each of you 60 seconds to come up with your points, and then I'm going to cut you off and move on to the next person. I hope you guys are ready. Topic one. We got to remove that. The music was playing in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Will Smith kind of sort of apologized for Wild Wild West lately. I want to know, if you got to talk to Will Smith, what would you like him to apologize for? Marty, you're kicking us off.
All right, I got a list here. We got his kids first, Willow and Jaden. Those two are pain in the ass. 2, Bad Boys 2. That movie was god-awful. 3, Men in Black 3. Even worse. 4, he got the original Aunt Viv fired off Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Very bad move. Finally, never gave anybody off Fresh Prince a job ever again. I hate Adam Sandler as much as anybody. At least he gives his friend jobs. Not once did we see Carlton in even a side piece movie of Will Smith's or any of those kids. He got his fame off that movie and just left off that show, just left everybody behind and never gave. And finally, I forgot this one. Never telling his wife to stop overacting on Gotham because she is ruining that. In a show full of overactors, she is the worst. So yes, his kids, his movies, his wife. And firing Aunt Viv. That's my list.
All right. Take it, D. Stefan.
Yeah, I think he should apologize for all the movies. Every movie is turning into typical Will Smith movie, a Big Willie movie. I think he should apologize for all the movies he is, with promising concepts, he's ruining it, like Hancock and iRobot, particularly, but mostly for I Am Legend. Movie that hasn't been fully realized yet, a novel that hasn't been fully realized yet, so we have to wait another 20 years for the adaptation that maybe turn out good for a change at least. Although I do have some love for the Charlton Heston version, but it's not the ultimate version. And yeah, I think after I've only Shyamalan should apologize for that one. It's not maybe not. And yeah, I think that's enough. And Pursuit of Happiness for boring me out of my mind.
All right, that's your time. Amanda, over to you.
So who is he apologizing to? Because I don't remember ever making an agreement with Will Smith that he owed me anything. And I think it's his prerogative to go and make shitty movies and make tons and tons of money off of it and end up like, I don't know, on MTV performing in a music video, wearing a cowboy suit, performing a ludicrous song in front of everyone for our amusement. Yeah, I don't think that he should have to apologize. That's his thing. He didn't promise me personally anything, so he gets a pass.
All right.
Wow.
Even though I agree, I Am Legend was an abomination of a movie. Like, I mean, Omega Man is decent, but we're never going to get the movie that story deserves. So, yeah, I give him a pass. I'm sorry, I'm boring.
That's okay.
Forgiving.
You're forgiving. There we go.
And not bringing the hate today.
No. So has Will Smith done? Marty, has Will Smith done anything good since since Men in Black, Independence Day?
He wasn't as good in Ali as he thinks he is, but he was good in Ali.
I still haven't seen Ali.
You can just
He
watch.
was okay. It's okay.
Let's just
It's
watch
okay.
Ali on ESPN Classics. It's the same thing.
Oh, I got you.
I liked him in the first Independence Day.
Yeah, that's what I said. Since then,
He was good.
I think his problem is that he was kind of likable and fresh in the beginning, and it kind of became a shtick a little.
Well, he kind of went from wanting to
He
be the big
tried
action
to.
star, and then he wanted to do the serious stuff, and then he kind of got stuck in between. So he's really kind of, he's Suicide Squad. I think he's trying to make himself less of the focus, but I don't know if that's going to work because all my fear about that movie is Will Smith. And if he just Will Smiths the movie to death, that's the only reason I think that movie will bomb. But other than that, I think he's making an attempt to be part of an ensemble there. So that could his further apology tour could be part of it.
I got you. Amanda, what's the last good Will Smith movie, or at least the one you liked?
So I was going to say, I think maybe the best thing he's done recently is that he was too busy to be in Django. So the best thing he's done for us recently is that he chose to be in Men in Black 3 instead of ruining that movie.
Oh.
He also realized that the new Independence Day was going to be god awful, so he got himself away from that. So maybe his judgment is getting better in old age.
Yeah.
All right. So I think we can all agree Will Smith has a lot to apologize. Well, not to Amanda.
Not to Amanda.
Everybody else in the world has a lot to apologize for.
He also declined the role of Neo in the first Matrix.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Maybe also a good move.
Gracious of him.
Bad for him. Good for us.
Can you imagine what because that was back when he was still doing the song for every movie. Can you imagine what the Will Smith soundtrack for The Matrix would have been?
But really, how come he can never get Carlton the job in a movie? He's had so many movies, and that guy is doing Dancing with the Stars still, and just dancing like a fool for money. It seems most of the time. And Will Smith can't throw him a bone every once in a while and put him in even one of his production movies. He puts his kid in everything. He can't act. Throw one tongue. Give Uncle Phil or someone a role.
Carlton was in a music video for Wild Wild West.
Oh,
I think that's
that was actually the
problem.
best part of that. That song wasn't bad, actually. That was the best part of that movie.
Oh my god.
Oh,
that's
boy.
when Drew Hill was still doing it back in the 90s.
All right, I think that's a good place to go on to the next topic. Let's do it. Topic number 2. Rogue One, a Star Wars story recently revealed that James Earl Jones will be reprising Darth Vader, and they also showed us some new Stormtrooper armor. I want to know from you guys, where should our excitement level be? And Stefan, we're starting with you.
Yeah, my excitement level is at the same level as with the announcement that John Carpenter is returning to Halloween and John Williams to Indiana Jones. Exactly 0. I mean, who else would do the voice of Darth Vader first? Second, it's a typical announcement. There's something old for the old fans, for the old sentimental fans. Here's a bone. James Earl Jones is returning. For the new fans and the toy collectors, here's a new Stormtrooper armor. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, it makes sense that Darth Vader makes an appearance, but actually they milked that character dry. And I don't want them to try to redeem the character from the whiny Hayden Christensen interpretation. What for? I think the character is done, and I don't care if he has a short appearance. It's okay, but I don't think it sounds like a gimmick that should make us feel that the movie is better.
That's it, Amanda.
Okay, my hype level for the next Star Wars movie was already maximum when they announced that Donnie Yen would be in it, which is really the only thing I ever wanted in a Star Wars movie that I hadn't thought of already. So I don't care. There could be unicorns and Darth Vader clones and fucking whatever else they want, but I'm already Donnie Yen. So I'm done. I'm sorry. I for some reason maybe I thought I only needed 30 seconds of thought instead of a minute.
I can take her time.
Yeah, sure. Get it.
No. There's no swapping of time. This is not.
All right.
There's no rollover seconds here.
It's not a
Right.
timeshare.
No,
I was
no.
going to give her my time on the Rotten Tomatoes topic later. So
Oh, okay.
all
We're
right.
just gonna wait 4 seconds.
Or-
Yeah.
Donnie Yen. Donnie Yen.
All right, Marty.
Okay, I wasn't really surprised. I mean, he's already done the voice for Vader in the cartoon, so he's still part of the family. It wasn't really. I think this news came out because a lot of people were starting to question the movie because, well, the reshoot story is coming out. So I think they just wanted to throw out some positive news. I had always thought they would announce Vader in the main trailer. I thought that was going to be the exciting moment where you saw him come out in the trailer. So, but I think they panicked a little bit to get some good news out about the movie because all this stuff happened. I mean, as far as the new droids, it's always fun. It's always you needed something. You needed a different look for the movie. But Vader being in a movie was not a surprise. This is around the time of Episode 4. He had to be in the movie. If he wasn't in the movie, you would question why. And this, I mean, it's going to be an exciting part of this movie. Will be Vader. He'll be like kind of the dark shadow, I think, lurking over everything. And you'll be anticipating his arrival. And then when he comes, I think he'll steal the show of the movie. And Donnie Yen, I'm also excited about.
See, you didn't need any extra time. You had it. You had it all. Well, Stefan, I don't think that you'll be anticipating Vader's appearance in the movie.
No, I mean, I'm to be totally fair. Yeah, maybe I didn't like the last one, the Episode 7 at all. But I think at all. Gareth Edwards is 3 times the director than J.J. Abrams, and I think maybe he makes a decent movie. I don't doubt it. It could be, and maybe
Come on,
it's
he
an okay.
casts some damn fine actors. Okay.
Yeah.
Can
it's
we
a-
at least admit that
absolutely.
everyone in the movie is
Absolutely, but I mean,
Okay.
one problem I see with this movie is it's actually again making the universe smaller. Something that Lucas was criticized for with the prequels. But this is the prequel. First, it's another prequel, and it's again featuring the Death Star for the 5th time, fourth time. I don't know, and.
5th time, okay.
You never know. I mean, movies nowadays are not made organically, not written organically. It would make sense. I agree with Martin. It would totally make sense that Darth Vader makes an appearance, but I'm afraid
so
it will
did putting
construct
Legolas in The Hobbit, right?
Yeah. You see,
That
that's
totally
exactly
works out. I
the
see what you mean.
bad example. Yeah, but I think. I'm afraid they are going to make him because there was a lot of complaints by the fans that the Darth Vader got too wimpy and too whiny, and so they're trying to make him more badass again or something. But I don't know. I think it could come over as forced, and
All right, I'm gonna have to
I'm not-
show my Star Wars geekdom here
There
for a
we go.
second.
I think they should stay away from Vader at all because I think his arc is finished, his character's finished, and we didn't even get his
I don't know.
mask.
Maybe it's an
Sorry.
American thing. I don't know. Maybe it's just us. But Darth Vader is the ultimate villain in movie history. Basically, if you can't add him, if you're thinking you add him to a movie, it's not going to be a detraction. I mean, I know I'm wearing a Star Wars hat, so I got to admit I'm a bit biased right now.
Yeah.
And I watch books, and the Vader in this timeline is the most powerful Vader that there ever has been. So to see him in this movie, it's going to be a dark war movie. So you're going to see Vader just killing a lot of people. And if you don't want to see that, then I don't know what's wrong with you.
I don't know if you look at I think the old movies, he actually doesn't kill a lot of people.
That's right, because he was softened by then. So now we have to find out how he went from Anakin, the super.
I don't know. He was effective, but he was still effective. He was he was fearsome in the original trilogy, and I think if they can't accomplish it the same way, he was just with his menacing
Yeah, he was a menacing
presence,
but now you're going to see him actually going out there and just killing people for the fun of it.
but it could come over as cheesy. It could diminish him. I think.
Now, I'm gonna side with D just a little bit here. That
It's like Yoda.
the more you see Vader, the weaker he's gonna become. Like,
He's not going to be a main part of the movie, though. He's going to be the kind of I'll once again, like, and he's always talked about in the cartoons, but you only see him once or twice a season, and that's always the best part of the season. So I think that's what this movie is going to be. You're going to be it's going to be this force that's out there that no one really knows about. Even the people on the Empire are going to be scared of him, just like in the originals. And he's just going to pop in every once in a while, and he'll be the determining force that decides one either way. So I don't think he's going to be the focus of the movie. I think if he was the focus of the movie, then I would agree with you guys. Okay. He shouldn't be, but he's going to be the dark force that kind of lingers over the movie, and you're going to see him probably I would say 5 to 10 minutes will be on screen. But those will be the 5 to 10 minutes that make people go insane.
Amanda, are you ready to go insane?
No, I think
he's probably going to kill Donnie Yen. I'm sorry, but that's probably going to happen.
Oh man, spoilers already.
None of these people are in the original movies. He has to kill almost everybody.
You're right there. But I have to go with Stefan. I'm being somewhat reminded of Legolas in The Hobbit, and he was not a main character, and he was only in those movies for like a fraction of the time, and he still managed to ruin that.
Yeah.
But they shoot him into that. He wasn't a part of The Hobbit, right? If I don't know much anybody, but he wasn't in the original books, right?
He was there in he would have been there because he was an elf of Mirkwood and he was the prince and he would have been standing there. It's just Bilbo never talked to him. So he should have been there for like a 30-second cameo standing next to Lee Pace while he did his eyebrow thing. And that should have been it. And instead they gave him a slightly bigger role, and then suddenly the world is over.
See, but that's what they're
going to do. They're going to be like, Darth Vader's so cool, like he should be there for a minute, and then they're going to go, no, it should be like 10 minutes, and then suddenly the movie's going to suck.
That's hurting my feelings.
Oh man, well, it's going to be interesting. I think Marty's right. I think I even read that Vader is going to play a very, very, very small part. It'll be an impactful part.
Yeah, but as Amanda said, it could still ruin it. Yeah, maybe not the whole movie, but I'm not. To come back to the question, I'm not excited about it. No,
okay,
not
okay.
I'm excited for all of us. So.
Oh, there we go. He's taking all your seconds and all your excitement. That's right. All right, we're going to move on to topic 3.
Killing it with these taglines today.
Thank you very much. The Mary Sue shined a light on a study that pointed out that female film critics are greatly outnumbered by male critics. The study used Rotten Tomatoes and found that there were 73% top male critics compared to about 27% top female critics. Is this a disparity we should be concerned about? And Amanda, I'm going to you.
Of course. So first of all, I'm not surprised because the industry is still a lot of men. I think that as long as the numbers are moving towards parity, that's fine. I feel like if it takes another generation to get there, that's probably fine. But really, the reason I think gender for reviewers is an issue at all is, like, here's an example. I can't have an opinion about Star Trek, the new ones. If I say I like Star Trek 2009, people go, oh, well, it's because everyone in that movie is ridiculously hot. And I go, yeah, they are. But if I say, oh, no, Star Trek Into Darkness sucks, they go, oh, well, that's because you don't really like Star Trek because you're a girl. So I have to throw out there that women can't really, their opinions aren't judged the same way. And that's the issue.
All right, I'm going to kick it over to Marty.
Yeah, I agree. She made a good point there about a lot of times you'll see women's views aren't as, validated as much on a Star Wars or a Star Trek or even, a sports movie or a horror, But I think, like you said, if you did that study 5 years ago, it probably would have been under 20%. So I think the number, as you see, we have a woman now on our show. That was a good job by you, Abe, for this one. And I think you'll see that if you watch like YouTube movie review shows, you'll see women are more popular on those now. They're coming up, and I don't even know what counts as a Rotten Tomatoes reviewer at this point. That a lot of that is the old guard of print still. So if those numbers change, if they start adding in different types of reviewers, I think those numbers would change as well. So I think it is going in the right direction. And as everything, it's slower than it should be, but it'll get better with time, I suppose.
All right, Stefan, take us home.
Yeah, I think I agree with the first part of the article that there are not enough female writers, film critics, but I don't agree with the last part when she says that it should behoove Rotten Tomatoes to ensure their numbers reach parity, because Rotten Tomatoes is not about presenting balanced picture from of a variety of reviewers and reviews. It's about the consensus, about the status quo, no matter how ugly it is. If the status quo is 70% men, you can only feature 70% men. It's like a survey. You can't change the outcome if you don't like it. So I think the responsibility lies with the publishers, with the newspapers, and the internet, with the websites, and not with Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes is kind of misunderstood. I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
that's it. That's cool. We'll get to it. We'll get to all of it.
Yeah.
So it's not Rotten Tomatoes' fault there's not enough women critics? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, and I think it wouldn't work if they really would just say, okay, let's just feature more female critics, 50%. It could backfire, because then maybe they would convey the illusion that there are enough female critics. You know what I mean? And I think this could be actually backfire.
Okay. I want to hear these. I want to hear your Amanda and Marty. I want to hear you respond to that. Amanda, go ahead.
I mean, I agree. Like, if someone came up to me and said, I'd like you to start reviewing movies because you're a woman, I'd be like, fuck you. I mean, so I don't think that's necessarily the right way. I think really it comes down more to what I said about, like, why do you even care about the gender of the person writing the review? And it's usually only if you disagree with them, like, oh, so-and-so didn't like Star Wars. Let me see, like, you know, what this bitch, whatever. And, like, you assume it's someone you don't agree with. And so I think we just need to help people see circumstances where they're coming into it with a little bit of bias. Like, why do you care about the gender of the reviewer? Like, if someone reviews a romantic comedy, and they say it's good, and you go, oh, well, that's just because it's a woman who reviewed it. It shouldn't matter. So I think just giving people awareness of situations where they may be making those judgments is probably a good step.
Marty, does it matter?
I'm not sure, because me and Sean actually just went to go see a movie yesterday called Equity.
Mm-hmm.
It's a movie starring Anna Gunn. It's a very strong woman movie. It's about women in the stock market, and it talks about empowering women. So I don't like. Is that a movie that would be better reviewed by a woman? I'm not. Is it would I, if I'm reviewing that movie, am I going into that as a man, thinking getting offended by things? So I could see how it matters in some cases, but like I said with the Rotten Tomatoes, I don't know if the numbers and showing that's where all of it, I don't if that's all movie reviewers, that they seem to have a standard that's based on print a lot and by established people in online media. So that's going to change as they change their standards. Yeah. So what is a official reviewer? Is it just someone who works at the Chicago Sun-Tribune like Richard Roper, or is it someone who has X amount of followers on YouTube, or X amount of, on Twitter or Facebook? So if they're going to have to start looking at their model for what's an official reviewer, and then see where the numbers go from there, I think, more than just looking for parity's sake, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, I think, what can you do if a guy like Roper or Malton is still influential, even if they're outdated, old-fashioned, but it kind of makes sense. As long as they're influential, they will always be the top critics. It kind of makes sense. Yeah, the more people you reach, it should be objective. Yeah, it shouldn't. I think. I mean, it's anyway. I think Rotten Tomatoes is a very dangerous guidance if you look for.
I think we've gotten to the point where people are finding their own reviewers anyway. They find the people whose opinions they respect, and if that happens to be a woman or a male, I don't think that's going to matter anymore. In the next going. I mean, there's a lot of reviews on YouTube that aren't necessarily Rotten Tomato based. So you just find the reviews that you respect, and if they happen to be male or female, I don't think it's going to be a deciding factor.
What about if we start to say there needs to be more parity with gender? Should it start to reflect society more too, with minorities, with socioeconomic situations? I mean, should there be college dropouts writing for Rotten Tomatoes too, if we're trying to strive for a reflection of society?
Well, this is kind of what the Oscars went through, last year with the Oscars So White thing, and their answer just seemed to be, all right, we're going to put more, black people in the Oscar voting process. Is that going to fix everything? It's hard to say. It's going to be, again, a thing that's going to take longer than it should have. We should have been having this discussion 10 years ago, 15 years ago, but we're having it now. And the change is going to take time, and but it's you just don't want it to be changed for change's sake. You still want to have some kind of legitimacy to what you're, who's talking about movies and who's making movies and who's voting on them, I suppose.
I mean, in this case, it's not about representation. It's really about the profession itself. How many people are employed in that? It's the responsibilities with the employer. I think. I don't think it helps. I don't think it helps to have on a site like Rotten Tomatoes variety. It wouldn't help. It would just convey a wrong image. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got
it should be, yeah. You have to employ those people first. If I don't know if is there even maybe do we know if there is enough interest from sorry.
No, it's okay.
Well, I think part of the issue is that you might not, women may be more interested in movies than we think. But because a woman wants to write reviews of romantic comedies, maybe a newspaper won't hire her because they think those aren't real movies.
There's that. There's also, it's a dying industry. I mean, newspapers are dying. They're shrinking.
It's not going to be a newspaper thing,
right?
Going forward, it's going to be who has the most It's going to be who has the most followers on Twitter going forward, because a lot of newspapers don't even have their own entertainment writers anymore. They maybe have one or two, and then they take reviews from a service probably. So it's going to be who has the influence online and who can bring in the most people to respect their views. So it's going to be up to I don't want to tell women what to do, but it's going to be up to women to get that if they want to get into this, to kind of get going on their own platform and try and do it that way. I would think that's my opinion.
Yes, I agree with that.
I think there are other things that are wrong with Rotten Tomatoes, rather.
Yeah, I know you do.
the whole rating system, just rotten and fresh. I think that's.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Something gets rotten, and it's probably 2.5 to 3 stars. That makes it rotten. So if someone has a rotten score, and it's like it's the worst movie of all time, when it might just be the most average movie of all time.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Rotten Tomatoes either. I think I'd still hate it even if it was perfectly gender balanced, to be honest. All right. Well, we got a few minutes. You want to bang through a bonus topic, or?
Yes, I like this bonus topic.
All right. We're going to do a quick bonus round. We're doing a toss-up, basically. I want to know, is the new Ghostbusters song worse than...
Yes.
I'm still going to give you your 60 seconds so you can calm. Is the new Ghostbusters song worse than Ninja Rap? And Marty, we're going to start with you.
Ninja Rap was at least funny. It had vanilla. This movie didn't have enough bad press going for it. You had to bring in Fall Out Boy and Missy Elliott. Did you just throw shit at the wall from 1999 and say, all right, those two are going to make our song? And Fall Out Boy is not horrible. They make those fun, kind of anthem music that you play during the commercials of the NBA Finals game. But to take... Who decided to put them with Missy Elliott? What? Let Missy Elliott do it herself at that point. She hasn't had a song in 15 years. This movie had so much bad press. Everyone hates the trailers. And to say, all right, let's kick it up and throw this fucking song at you. I'm sorry I'm cursing, but this It was just, I clicked on the song and it's like, no, why would you to take that? Everyone loves that song, and to just throw shit on it like that with this remix was just, oh my god, take it away.
All right, Stefan, go.
Yeah, I think it's a really bad song. I mean, the songwriting it's the same songwriting as with the Black Eyed Peas song, with the whole repetition. They're trying to build up some excitement for party that actually is never happening. They're trying to cheer up some good mood, but it's really forced and awful. And Fall Out Boy is not relevant anymore since the whole emo punk movement disintegrated. I don't know. Missy Elliott has been hiding for 20 years, I think. It's a really horrible cover version, really horrible samples too from the original song, and I think and as Martin said, I think Ninja Rap is at least the funniest song. You find yourself humming to it or whistling to it, but this will never happen. Never, no nostalgia will ever happen to this song. Will never make it look better or sound better.
All right, Amanda, close us out.
I have not heard it.
Oh,
I also have avoided all of the trailers and everything for the new one. And I'm sure that with sufficiently low standards, I will go into the entire thing and enjoy myself. So in the immortal words of T Swift, I'm going to shake it off or something. I don't know. or perhaps I could quote another I don't know, like Kesha says, face down, booty up. I don't know what other horrible songs I can quote. Sorry. Music isn't my thing.
I gotcha. All right. So, yeah, it's a horrible song. Sony is just... this seems
like, should I listen to it and then come back?
No, I think you'll be okay. It's a bad song.
You should listen to it and then go drink. Yeah. Forget that you listened to it.
This is Bialystok and Bloom here. I swear to God.
It's like, it's a movie that's already got the rap of being like a cheesy cover of a good movie, and then so they took a good song and they did a cheesy cover of it. So it just, the marketing of this...
Stop killing my joy.
It's going to be probably going to be good.
There's going to be a Ghostbusters movie, and I'm going to get to see it, and I might have, like, you know, a 2-hour span of my life that doesn't completely suck, and you're just pooping all over it.
Like I said, they lowered the bar. They've lowered the bar so much on this that I just think it can't be worse.
It can't be worse. Okay. We'll find out. We'll find out in a few weeks. I think we're going to try and do a roundtable on that one.
Oh, my God. I can't wait.
Yeah, I think it'll be an interesting one. So, Stefan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, are you excited for Ghostbusters?
Stefan, liven up.
No, not at all.
Okay.
I can't stand Paul Feig and his movies. I don't know. He's the poor man's Adam McKay, I would say.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. All right,
Yeah.
with the poor man's McKay, we're closing out this episode of MaSter Debaters. If you like this video, we'd really appreciate it if you actually would click the like button. Don't forget to sub to the channel, comment on any of our videos we have. Dan and I will be back next Tuesday to discuss the top 10 most patriotic films of all time. That'll be fun. I think we're even going to have a little segment in there that might star that guy in the upper left-hand corner. There we go.
I'm big in America.
Here we go.
One last thing, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Follow us on Twitter at Movie Stuff Show. Next weekend, these guys will hate it, but I will be at Star Wars Celebration in London. I will be tweeting whatever I can from there. So from all your good access there for the people on Twitter, at Movie Stuff Show. We tweet out stuff every day, and follow us on Facebook as well.
There you go. D, are you still writing for the Supernauts?
Yeah, I'm writing for Supernauts. My next upcoming article is, I don't know yet.
Okay.
So,
Inspirational.
We got to get you excited about something over there.
Oh, this is D passionate. This is passion. Amanda, you're not writing or podcasting right now, are you?
I still write for The Outhouse.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I have a review that'll be coming out in a few days, hopefully, where I describe a comic book writer as the sort of man who would come into your house and rearrange your books by color. Brilliant, creative, useless.
I know. I see. It's a regular puck propaganda. I got you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, all of you, for doing this. It's a lot of fun. I can't wait to do it again in 2 weeks. Goodbye.
Was nice.
Night, everybody.
Good night.